Well, I was just, reading through this comic book.
Were you reading a good story?
No.
You're listening to Comics Podcasting on the edge of civility.
Hey, this is John Dingleheimer. I'm the president of the United States Olympic Association curling team. And I'd just like to say that it's unfair to diss curling. It's a great sport. It's a good activity. It involves many aspects that you can use from your daily life. It involves geometry, teamwork, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I just can't put my tongue on right now. And if you want to diss curling, I don't think that's very fair. You should diss badminton. That's really a pointless sport.
I know, the internet, fuck this. There's absolutely no fucking news on today. And
well, come on, dude. 3 different sites inform us that movies are coming out. That's really fucking helpful.
oh boy, movies are coming out. What the hell? I had my button off like usual. Your button's on. You're fine. You're fine.
Oh, yes.
How was your geek week, Bill?
My what?
Yeah, I know you don't have one.
What's a geek week?
Whatever kind of week you had that was related to anything geek. Did you get anything? Did you buy anything?
I bought a book.
Whatever. Fuck you.
Hey, no, I bought you. I found you a 1950s Ace Heinlein.
Yeah, but I'm talking about your week.
No, I bought like a Robert Benchley.
Oh boy,
from the 30s.
Okay.
No, it didn't qualify as geek. Ugh. Weird, yes.
Yellow Claw.
Dude, I love the Yellow Claw. I have the complete Sax Romer Fu Manchu collection, dude. That's how bad I am.
Batman and Robin 20.
Hold on. Well, I suppose we should announce that we do have...
We actually have a studio audience tonight.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So if you hear the occasional mumbled voice in the background, that'll be Teacher Mike informing us of his opinions on crap. Teacher Mike has absolutely no interest in comic books, but enjoys mockery to a great degree, so we're very happy to have him here. Yay, us. We have fans that don't like comics. We're the best comic podcast
How does that work?
Ever.
The best comic podcast nobody's listening to. Or knows about, for that matter. It's just a few days away, though. We're going to be pimping mad motherfuckers in Emerald
illegal.
City Comic Con.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine then. You can make a lot of money pimping at a Comic Con, by the way.
You could. Think about that. You get just a couple of decent looking, you dress them up like Power Girl or
Black Canary.
You
Misty Knight, you know.
Misty Knight. Oh, God.
Yes, it's an all-filler episode, people!
Yeah, we got 6 whole books to talk about. This will be over in moments.
Oh, Lord.
Where do you want to start?
What's on top?
I think we should talk about the pimping at the Comic-Con some more here.
Because you're going.
You know, well, yeah. How much you figure you could get? Now, you put down that trade, man. You know what we can do for $5?
Dress them up like Hit Girl.
Okay, that's filthy.
Dress him up like Hit Girl. Yeah. Yeah, the father of 5 pulls that one out.
So nice.
Digging it deeper.
All right, so as we move rapidly away from that, because it wouldn't work anyway, because it's like, well...
Of course it would.
Dude, you got to think big picture. This is why I'm here, because you think small, and you're like, oh, hey, we can pimp. But you're going for an audience that's sitting there like, yeah, I could have sex with a woman for the first time, or I could get that signed graphic. You know how many of them are going to go.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're right. All
right.
If they could get a Gru sign, they're not going to care about boobs.
Sergio.
Where do you want to go first?
What's on the top of the pile? What do we got today?
On top of the pile is Batman and Robin 20. So, the first thing that happens when Bruce gets home is he buys a new fucking television.
A 70-inch big screen to watch what the only film that he apparently knows of.
The Mark of Zorro, which has got to be this incredibly emotional thing. And he's like, no, I'll work through it because we're family.
Hey,
He's got all three Robins, who are now the other Batman, another Robin, another Robin, and a Red Robin. And they're all just watching
Robin.
Mark of Zorro together with the butler, just hanging out. And then they figured, well, that's okay. Now let's go on patrol. On the very next page.
It's probably the only time that television will ever get used.
Pretty much, yeah. And
He owns one DVD.
And what does Dick know about adjusting colors on high-def TVs? He's hanging around Oracle. She's the tech girl. She might have hipped him to it.
Yeah, he's probably learned that you need to know these things, because if catching the criminal involves having the perfect television reception, it might come up. You've got to be prepared.
Yeah, that is a factor. I mean, I'm sure that could be... No, I'm totally not sure of that at all. So they're out on patrol.
Yes. Let's read the book.
And they find a random schmo, and they tie him up.
We're getting back to that pimping thing again suddenly.
Yeah, why not? And then?
It's a build. Then they have to run so that we can have
They can
more.
catch the premiere of an opera.
Yes.
Das Rheingold!
Which, complete with a Bugs Bunny reference.
Yeah. When an ersatz angel falls out the sky.
And who's that followed by?
Splatters all to fuck. Who's he followed by?
Man-Bat. Angels to Man-Bat.
Well, I mean, eventually. That was several pages later. What are you doing?
No,
But
we're not going page by page.
no, we're not. You know what? But I did dig Damian being a little flippant, like he always is, and then Gordon putting an arm bar on him and saying, fuck you, you're going to be a little respectful from now on.
And it not working.
Well, I mean, he's still got an attitude, but, you know, I appreciated that Gordon actually went to town on it.
Hey, Gordon is old school. You raised your kids right in his day.
Goddamn right.
Which is why they're having issues with this child in a different Bat book now.
Nobody raised him. A bunch of assassins raised him. How is he going to...
You have to be tough when you're a black dude that stars on Sesame Street.
What?
Gordon.
There it is. Yes, Gordon humor.
Wow. You have to be tough when you're... Right. Gordon. Okay.
But so we're followed by Man-Bat and a bunch of translucent tiny bats that also fall from the sky.
And we're left hanging with no idea who these white, shiny bats are.
I think it's a clan thing.
Ooh.
I don't think that.
I knew you didn't. That didn't make sense.
But it is a little, fine. Last time I was sitting there with the Hole in the Head gang going, please give me a Batman villain. And they're like, yes, all right, I'll give you Man-Bat. Really?
What do you want me to say?
I
don't know. I
request
got nothing to do with
you deliver, and I'm still fucked. Thanks for that. Firefly wasn't available.
it. Killer Moth.
Killer Moth, yes. Catman, busting out Man-Bat.
I couldn't believe that, Man-Bat. They just had ersatz. I love that word.
Yes, you do. You use it a lot.
It's a wonderful word.
What?
They just had a fake Man-Bat over in Detective.
Well,
the disappointing end to that arc.
He was only part Man-Bat, part Venom, part old dude. It was a charming mixture.
And all around lame.
All right, next in the pile we have...
Amazing Spider-Man 654.
Ah, yes. Spider-Man removes his own spider sense by setting off a siren, for lack of a better
Pretty much,
term.
that's what it was. To screw with the control signal being run by Alistair Smythe, the Spider Slayer, on a revenge trip against all things Jameson.
I mean, I don't even want to talk about that. Like, that sentence really says everything it needs to there. I don't want to elaborate or give it any more credence than that. But did anyone have an issue that the Avengers are having a hard time beating up the Spider Slayers?
Yeah, I was kind of irritated by that. I mean, Luke Cage is out there. The thing is, Ben Grimm is it's clobbering time, and he's not clobbering.
Well, he clobbered, but he also got clobbered by Spider Slayers.
Yeah, No! I don't need Ben Grimm getting beat up by Spider Slayers. It's just not natural. It ain't proper.
And then we have the whole Spider-Man is Peter Parker, but no, actually Peter Parker is Spider-Man's armorer. Is the sudden reveal?
That's what it was.
That the genius figures out. Awesome.
How many times did you see something like that over in Superman?
Yeah.
No, Clark's not Supes. He's just this fucking PR guy.
This goes all the way back to Fosdick in the early Ditko Spider-Man.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Realizing that, thanks to a spider suit filled with trash, is decoyed into believing that Peter Parker is bribing Spider-Man for all the really good pictures that he's getting.
Now,
Son of a bitch.
I'm kind of concerned about Slot's plot devices here. Do you remember at any point Marla being a engineering genius?
Yeah, she was a scientist early on. If you go back to when Romita was doing the book way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a scientist. So that fits.
All right. Well, so much for memory.
Yeah,
so,
that's.
I could have looked it up.
It doesn't really matter what she can do now, does
because
it?
she's dead.
She took a big old spider tentacle to the big old dead body.
To the torso? Is that what you wanted to say? But at least this storyline's over, and we
She
don't have
got
to worry
drilled like a
about...
divorced chick in Jamaica.
Oh. Ouch. God damn. A divorced chick in Jamaica. Are you as worried about Venom?
And that we did
Flash
have
Thompson
I do want
as
to say
I
though,
am?
they had the big moment where Peter Parker and Spider-Man don't get blamed for something for 7
for
whole
once.
seconds. J. Jonah Jameson's like, it's actually my fault.
Well, yeah, because he hired Smith all those years ago.
Everybody's hired. Dude, J. Jonah Jameson hired half of the Spider-Man villains. They didn't all kill his wife. Come on.
Pretty much, yeah. There was the Scorpion. There was the Rhino. Who didn't he finance?
Yeah,
He didn't finance the Beetle.
the Vulture. Is the Beetle really a Spider-Man villain? Or isn't he a universal kick my ass kind of guy?
He's pretty much the universal patsy.
He's
Really.
a filler.
When they need someone to just randomly pummel on for a couple of panels so that they can prove the hero's still
Stiltman.
being a hero.
He's Stiltman.
Stiltman. Stiltman's terrible, man.
Why?
What is your obsession with Stiltman? Why do you love Stiltman so much?
It's a guy
Yeah.
in a suit that makes his legs grow really long so that he can stomp on stuff. What's not to love here? If you can't enjoy Stiltman, buy books, okay? You're taking everything out of comic books. If Stiltman bothers you, you've missed the point.
Oh, what about the backup preview of Venom?
Ew.
Yeah, I am desperate for them to leave Venom alone.
I didn't care. Have Venom. You know what?
Don't
Let
make
him be
it
a
Flash
villain.
Thompson.
Flash Thompson. Isn't this the second person How many Peter Parker people? And I can't believe that I pronounced that properly. Hi, it's alliteration day. Really fucking have to become supervillains. Like, if you apparently one of his spider mutant powers is to turn people into giant douchebags based on the amount of time they spend in his presence. It really does seem to happen.
It's quite frequent.
It's like, oh, I'm dating you. Oh, actually, you're a supervillain. Oh, hey, we went to high school together. Oh, you raped my mom. What the fuck?
And I don't like it.
Of course you don't like it. I'm pretty sure no one likes it.
I got nothing to contribute
But
about
yeah,
that.
here we have, he's able to get he lost his legs being an
So the
honorable
symbiote
soldier.
regrows them for him when he's wearing the symbiote.
Because he's taking the proper levels of drugs. And kids, remember, only take the proper level of drugs that allow him to control an alien black thing that runs all over him and turns him into a killing machine. And he's got some sort of gun that changes into other guns.
Uh-huh.
And there's a female hot army officer with a switch that she can kill him with, controlling the missions. Because she doesn't trust his friggin' black suit to behave properly.
Why are you getting a bit worked up
Dude,
there, Ray?
as concepts go, this is right up there with Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo Crew. Jesus fucking wept.
Funny Animals had a long and varied history that was quite successful for a very long time. You shouldn't disparage Captain Carrot.
Pig iron?
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. Like, I don't see the need for Venom. I don't see the need to try and make him heroic again. I don't see the need to make him Flash Thompson. I don't see the reason to give Flash Thompson legs or a fucking transforming gun. Or what was it? The thing where they put hypodermics into the alien symbiote hand part so he can turn them into freaking claws with hypodermic. What the fuck is that?
It's too much image, is what it is. Everything can be everything. All we got to do is say it works and throw it on the page, and it's supposed to be all right.
The worst part about this is they took the alien costume, which was a bizarre idea to begin with, turned it into the phenomenal villain of the 90s in a sense, and then burnt it out by riding it around like a horse, non-stop, everywhere they could, to the point at which that no one even wanted to hear the word Venom
anymore.
Ever. People got bit by snakes, and they're like, can you just call it poison, please? Because I'm done with that word. Venom was literally everywhere. And then they branched him off into Carnage, and then the Carnage grew.
And there was like a half a city worth of symbiotes because it was just reproducing itself.
Even in the Avengers, like there was that Carnage event in New Avengers where suddenly tiny Carnage just popped up.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that shit.
Literally, it became a virus.
Then they pulled out Thrakazog.
They pulled out Thrakazog.
The fact of the matter is,
I would rather have seen Spider-Man fight Thrakazog than fucking Venom.
I'm gonna, raise my hand and go, what the fuck is Thrakazog?
Come on.
The Tick.
The Tick versus the Common Cold.
Oh, damn, that's right. Oh, I need to go home and watch that right now. It's penance for not recognizing.
Thrakazog.
There it is.
Whatchamabog? 2 yaks and a dog. Susan? Oh, now you're doing it on purpose.
God bless the Tick. I can't believe I didn't recognize that. No, Venom looks very bad.
I met the guy who wrote that episode at Kineticon last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That is cool.
I enjoyed it immensely. Oh, now we get deep and heavy.
Yeah, kind of a weird switch to go from that to the Unwritten,
Yeah, well.
the most literary comic book available right now.
Yeah, there's nothing deeper and heavier and literally literary. Ah, you like that?
Yeah. Woo, impressive.
This is a book about a guy who has not
Lots of
strictly-
books.
Who has lots of books. And it turns out that all stories have some impact or connection to the real world in specific geographic areas, and you can use the books as talismans to travel into the world of the books. And sometimes bring portions of the story back. And in this latest issue, you can apparently mash it up any way you want from whatever connections you can make between one story and another in your head. It's like a literary
it's not
6
quite-
degrees of Kevin Bacon.
It's not quite that simple, although I do enjoy the Kevin Bacon reference, of course. But he's trapped in Moby Dick.
Right.
So he calls on the Frankenstein monster. I can't even believe I have to say that out loud. Like, literally, there are sentences in life that you should not have to say. Like, I sent you a text the other day, like, please keep an eye out for Indiana Jones and Hellboy versus Mexican wrestling. I shouldn't have to say that. That's not cool. And now I get to say he's trapped in Moby Dick, so he sends a rescue call out to the Frankenstein monster and his winged catbird. Fuck. Meanwhile, his best friends, a minor character stolen from a Dickens novel, and a reporter who's turning into a vampire because he was bitten by the villain from a Harry Potter spinoff, are being tortured by an evil puppeteer. But the realization that as books touch the world, they're going to touch in common points makes sense.
Yes.
And then the bigger realization that if you can't get off the boat's only in one book, but the ocean's in a motherfucking ton of books. So
what does he do? He finds himself a whole other boat filled with Arabians.
He's in Sinbad, which scares the piss out of him,
Which is
and
pretty
logically
cool.
so.
I wouldn't mind hanging out with Sinbad.
Do you remember Sinbad in the Eye of the Tiger?
Shit, yeah.
How many crew members can you name?
4.
And how many of them died?
All of them. I can't name one of them.
My point exactly. All
I
right.
haven't seen that movie in 30 years. What are you talking about?
Like, let's say suddenly we change the entire concept of Unwritten just for you.
I saw that dude at Foxworth once.
Which guy at Foxwoods?
Sinbad?
Sinbad.
Oh,
Nice.
that's Sinbad.
He had great vests. Let's say it's all movie based.
Yeah.
Okay, you love movies.
Well, yeah.
So suddenly you have a magic key that can go from, or ticket if you want to take, the Last Action Hero into effect here, and you can move from movie to movie instead of book to book.
Yeah.
And you find yourself in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
All right.
In a red shirt.
Oh, shit.
Yeah! All right, 'cause that's what he realized. He showed up, he's like, oh, I'm a crew member on a Sinbad boat. Fuck! I've got the lifespan of potato spuds. Awesome!
Then he realized he has to shave his chest.
It depends on which movie. There's some furry chests in some of those films. And then yet another sentence I can't believe I had to say. Yay me!
It was the 50s and 60s. Hair was not until like 66 when
Wow, this
hair
is
was
just
like,
getting
woo!
creepier and creepier by the truckload.
You started with the shaved chest.
I did not!
The peanut gallery over here.
No one can hear him. If we don't answer him, we're safe.
I meant Ricardo Montalban.
Ricardo Montalban.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So
to rescue his ass off Sinbad's boat.
Well, no, remember, they step on the island that's actually a giant whale, and then the whale fucks off all of them into the water, and then they transfer again. But now he's in some sort of side pocket realm with a bunch of random literary characters that have all banded together for safety.
Uh-huh.
Including Sinbad,
Yes.
what appears to be some sort of warrior monk type thing.
And Baron Munchausen.
Which is awesome. And some sort of older version of Huck Finn. Possibly Robinson Crusoe.
And
possibly
Pinocchio.
an alcoholic. And Pinocchio.
Who he is admonished not to make fun of.
By the way, if you were Pinocchio...
What's he going to do? Give him a splinter?
Take a look at the last page.
Yeah.
If you were Pinocchio, would you get that close to the fire to stay warm?
No.
I'm just saying,
He can't be a bright kid.
he never, if he lies,
So
he
it's
has a very
Robinson
dangerous
Crusoe
nose.
and
I-
who do we think the wizard guy is?
Could be Merlin, could be Gandalf, could be, honestly, St. Peter.
Gandalf isn't public domain. They couldn't use him.
But could be, any of the saints. There's some, the St. Augustine's book is fucked, kid. I mean, if you wanted some weird literary merit, you could do worse than dive into the Bible. How are you going to front when Revelations comes?
What?
I quoted the Beastie Boys. Deal with it.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't know what that means. What's that mean? How you gonna front when Revelations comes?
What do you want from me?
I don't know what that means.
All right, next book. And we're moving right along, which is bad because we've got a limited number of books and nothing else to talk about.
I know.
What's next?
Okay. The soon to be done by the by the Tech Jedi, Green Lantern, Emerald Warriors, number 7.
So this is the big one that we've been hoping for. It's a big fight scene.
It's about damn time.
And
6 issues we've been waiting for this shit.
what do we have? We have the weird dude get his eye gouged out by a ring spoon. We see Green
Where was that part?
Lantern
Wait, what's
making
green
out with the
spoons?
vomiting blood red chick. Saddam Yacht reappears as a crony for 2 different people. There's cloning. They're trying to pull psychics out of Jello. What the fuck is happening in this book? Jell. Hell the fuck no.
Wow. Oh, but we did get a nice character moment for Guy.
What, when he was making out with the chick that was vomiting blood from her mouth, or when he actually thanks someone for saving him?
The thanking.
Oh, okay, I thought you might. Go
There's
that
no
way.
character development in Frenching a puking girl.
How would you know that? That might be the defining moment.
It's not mine. It's not mine.
But no, so what they're going to do with Saddam Yacht is kind of intriguing because they've made that guy so uberly powerful that he's terrifying.
Yeah, he's Ion and he's a Daxamite, so he's just another Superman.
Yep.
So he's an ionic Superman.
With a power ring.
Yeah.
And he's
Like 3 different tropes of superhero-ness all together.
So the question is, do you kill him or do you make him uber?
Well, they tried killing him. He's been imprisoned in that sun since Blackest Night, and they finally let him out during
Well,
this shit.
nothing in Blackest Night actually makes a lick of sense, it turns out, so.
No, it was enjoyable, but it didn't really.
Brought back the Trigger Twins.
It left it. Stop. You can't get through one fucking episode without a Trigger Twins reference, can
That's
you?
not true. I sometimes go Terra Man. I like to change things up.
Absolutely killing me.
Bullet.
Bullet was cool though. Fucking douche.
I know. I mean, I just want. I want the Sinestro Corps.
More-
Like that's really what I want from Green Lantern.
More coherency, maybe.
Yeah, or
a little less
point.
convoluted.
Or maybe 2 less books. You know, there's so much going on in the Green Lantern universe, and not a lot of it.
I think Core and Green Lantern are just fine. The Emerald Warriors, there's no real point to.
Which
But
one?
the
Which
Core
book
runs-
has Sinestro right now fighting Quar?
Core.
That one I'm enjoying.
Yeah. Green Lantern itself, it's hit or miss issue to issue. They're too busy running around questing, trying to figure out the White Lantern shit, which is still taking too long to get over with.
Hey, you know,
I need them to hurry up with that.
I'm sure they'll take that under advisement.
Yeah, sure they will.
And our next book.
My last Straczynski co-plotted Superman. Since Straczynski's decided that he's going to be a bit of a whore and take the bigger jobs and leave the cooler jobs
Hey, you know,
half undone, seeing as how his quality level was only about 30% anyway.
let's be fair. You know, not too many video directors, once they get into features, go back and do more videos.
No, you're right.
His graph, and you know what? The Earth One graphic was a good read.
It was. I enjoyed it immensely, but come on. You contracted for 2 books for a given amount of time. Finish the books.
Well, you know, at some point it was going to end anyway, and at least this way with the new writer, you probably won't have to deal with the walking Superman that was literally driving you insane.
God, we could hope so.
I
So-
thought there were some interesting ideas to it, and it ended up slowly getting more and more guilty. And here's the big reveal.
It was getting ham-handed is what it was.
Well, there was a distinct lack of subtlety, unfortunately. And the big reveal at the end is he's torn because he's already lost his world twice. He's had Krypton and lost it, and had Krypton and lost it. And he had the tiny city in the bottle, but he doesn't even know where he put it. So hopefully someone's feeding them. I mean, fuck! But now he meets the superhero squad, a team of troubled teens from tomorrow,
Throughout the future history who have been inspired by him.
including a single-cell superhero that protects those too small to see.
It's so bad.
I so want that book. That and the giant monkey Superman. I want them as a Titanic team-up of 2.
That might actually be fun. A huge monkey Superman. And where was the little amoeba
You
Superman?
can't see it. It's invisible.
They just mention him, right?
He's fighting the Bizarro Paramecium or whatever the fuck.
The Bizarre Amicium. Or super ego. A good idea who patrols the realm of the collective unconsciousness, rarely taking physical form. Look,
Hey, most of the good ideas I've had in life have rarely taken physical form. So there's a validity to that point. That's all I'm saying.
but there's levels here. I mean, it was just show us a couple. You don't got to get nutsy with it.
I can't.
The
take
amoeba
this
one was
anymore.
clever because there must be some bacteria infighting every once in a while. You know,
I can't wait for the team up where they both fight the parasite at the same time. I mean, for fuck's sake. I'm sorry. I'm done with it. I'm done with the League of Reed Richards and Fantastic Four. All the alternate universe Reed Richards get together to hang out and see who's got a new eye patch that week. The Tom Strongs of tomorrow. Like, this is... To use your
actually,
term,
it's become a great trend, isn't
yes,
it?
it's everywhere, and none of it's really doing anything of interest. It's just a way to go, hey, here's 4,000 other variations.
I didn't
Have
actually
fun drawing
identify
that, Bob.
it as a
Yeah.
trend. You're right. Wow, they should have left it alone at Tom Strong. Wait a minute, which was first? It wasn't. Was it the Council of Reeds or was it
I
Tom
don't
Strong?
know. I mean, they've done it before this, too. It's just like every time somebody travels in time, they have to make a fake Justice League of amalgams of 2 heroes. Why, it's Bat Creeper. No, it's fucking not! No one has ever thought those 2 things belong together, and the 4 seconds that you're drawing it for is not making it any better. You could actually almost blame Alex Ross for doing that shit in Kingdom Come, and suddenly everybody thought it was an awesome idea.
Yeah. You know, good ideas get cloned, and like a bad VHS, man, you copy it more, and you copy it more, and you copy it more, and the next thing you know, you end up with GOG.
Yeah. And meanwhile, so the whole point of this book is that here's Superman struggling with the fact that he's Superman. What?
No, I've had it with that shit too. Let Superman be Superman because he's fucking Superman.
I like the concept when it originally started. Like the whole idea that, I'm going to step away from being the Superman and concentrate on the man part and see the smaller problems.
Sure.
And the smaller problems turned out to be some weird chick who kept showing up, giving people superpowers to punch him, a bunch of aliens hanging out in a house. These are not small fucking problems. The very concept that you were going with. It's not like he's sitting there going, hey, by the way, if you move the river here, you'll be able to do it. He's not solving anything for the average person. He's allowing aliens to live on planet. No one has that issue.
Wow.
I'm done. I can't
dial it back, dude.
What I liked about this book didn't go anywhere, and now I just have this guilt-ridden Peter Parker Superman going, well, I can fly and punch things really hard, but is that enough? Yes! It's been enough since the original Action Comics #1, you motherfucker.
But then he finally takes a stand and tells Lois she can't write the article about that.
Which is so out of character
That's
to be
so
appallingly
far
bad.
out of character. It was amazing. You should have seen it. He comes across this town where the what?
Is Lois Lane 75 years old now?
No. Whatever.
The fact of the matter is that, and the League of Superheroes is telling him, oh, by the way, if you stop being Superman, we might stop existing. No pressure, though. I don't even believe that. I think we'll be an alternative timeline, but there'll be a new timeline where there are no Supermen. Well, that Superman, that had to exist anyway, based on the whole concept. It's just nobody ever went there for the team of Supermen because there was no point.
So they drop him off in the middle of a huge natural disaster where Wonder Woman is just randomly sitting off to the side.
Now, why are they not recognizing each other?
See, that's something in the Wonder Woman book that they still weren't acknowledging. They still haven't told us why the fuck she suddenly just rebooted out of nowhere as if she had just been dropped out of the time stream from some other... God, this is weird.
Oh, you gotta like Superman, like, hey, random flying hot chick, go save those people. I'm gonna go stop the tornado. Like, you have to like a person who just finds somebody flying in the air. It's like, oh, you must be nice. Like, most people that fly through the air punch me at one time or another, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say, you rescue these people so that I can go stop a tornado. And that's what I like about the character. Like, I'm not even making fun of that. That's the awesome thing about Superman. Because Batman would be like, oh, there's somebody flying at me. You're a douchebag, and I'm going to hit you with some sort of thing from my belt that'll turn you into a Muppet. But Superman goes, okay, you have powers, help me. And that's what you want from that character, and that's what they were getting away from.
Yeah.
See, you think I'm just raving, but I have points here.
Oh, I've never said you've never had a point. What?
All right, what do we got next?
I said I didn't understand your points at points.
Nah, fair enough.
So, we're almost done with Justice League Generation Lost.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, I'm right with you. They finally convinced Power Girl that she can remember Max. And
Well,
she's
didn't
on
she kind
board
of do
with
it on her own, and like something in her mind switched over? It's not like they were sitting there with flashcards or anything going, oh, Max Lord good, Max Lord evil.
You're right. You're right. So, Jaime comes across him. Comes across Max and Professor fucking Ivo.
Which is just awesome.
No, it's not.
What, Professor If you could get Dr. T.O. Morrow in there, too, it would be the best day ever.
For you,
Well,
your obsession with the absolute lamest villains on the planet, Turner
Doctor-
D. Century.
Turner D. Century is awesome.
For those of you who may never have listened to the podcast before, Turner D. Century is a Marvel Comics character who...
He's a DC comic character.
No.
Nope.
Turner D. Century was a
Who did he
She-Hulk
fight?
villain.
She-Hulk, that's right. I was thinking Wonder Woman. You're absolutely right. Yeah, because Scourge killed him. He wore a pork pie hat and a Snidely Whiplash mustache and attacked people with things like, I don't know, shit from the 30s that no one had any use for.
Because he felt that no one had any kind of courtesy or civility anymore.
So he was going to use that to commit crimes and to teach people a lesson.
Yes.
You can't get better than that. I'm sorry. I want him to come back. I don't see why they had to kill him off. Stupid Scourge.
It's all Dark Knight's fault, man.
Nah.
Got grim and gritty, and then everybody had to die after that.
You know, he could have fought the Fabulous Frogman.
The Fabulous
Yeah, that's what they called him.
Frogman. Fabulous.
Yeah. I didn't make that up.
Was he really fabulous?
No, he was horrifyingly bad, but that's what they called him.
I don't think you get to be called fabulous unless you got your own book and Fabulous is on the cover.
Hey, he teamed up as
Because it was Amazing
Marvel
Spider-Man,
team up,
Spectacular Spider-Man.
and Fabulous Frogman.
He did not have his own covers.
He Marvel team up when he
Marvel
fought
team
the
up?
White Rabbit.
Oh, damn.
I know my random shit, man. You know, but don't even try and get more obscure than me.
I wasn't trying to.
All right, so we've got Maxwell Lord kidnapping the new Blue Beetle, which didn't work out well for the first Blue Beetle.
No.
And in shockingly literary fashion, doesn't work out well for the second Blue Beetle.
Jaime's not dead, though. He's too new a character. And they're not making room for Ted to come back. Ted's over. As much as I miss Ted terribly, deep in my soul, I know he's not returning.
Well, the thing is, like, I keep hearing phenomenal things about Jaime, the new Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, where? And they're like, well, the book got canceled.
Yep.
No one really cares about the character, but apparently he was awesome on the Brave and Bold cartoon. That's his selling point.
Well, I mean, I saw a couple of episodes of the Brave and Bold with
Did
him
you
on
see
it.
one with Jaime?
Yeah.
Was he awesome?
He was okay. I mean, what do they want?
But just a weird concept.
But, I mean, just from the splash page alone where he's shooting him in the head, I mean, look at that angle. You know he's not dead.
No, not for a moment that I think they've slaughtered the
His
Blue
skull
Beetle
got
twice in a row.
creased, and that's the end of that. But it does give Fire, Ice, Booster, Rocket Red, and Captain Atom a chance to have incredible levels of righteous indignation and just go kick the living fuck out of Max. Which I'm ready to see.
But they've been trying that the entire time.
Yeah, but they're right in front of him now. All they got to do is get through that wall.
Which they won't.
Captain Atom could do that.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. It's only 2 weeks from now. Actually, it's next week. New Avengers?
New Avengers.
New Avengers? Number 9?
Number 9.
More Bendis goodness?
With
Diodato. And half of the art done
Howard
in 30s
Chaykin.
fashion.
I opened this book because I don't read covers. I opened this book and I'm like, holy crap, something good going my way. Not only that, we get a Dum-Dum Dugan shooting Nazis and civilian clothing in the third. Phenomenal. I think it's like the 50s, actually. Because it's post-World War II. And Nick Fury is wasting his time, according to his CIA cohorts, by hunting Nazis down when he could be doing other things.
Like Hydra agents.
Yes. Now, the cool thing about this is the first time that this Avengers team has really gelled for me. They're fighting this weird random Superior chick. And Ben Grimm goes apeshit because he's annoyed by all the debate, which is just phenomenal and in character.
Well, what else would he do? He's been fucking grim. I mean, keep working.
All right, but you get through. Basically, you got a big fight scene. Is Superior? Have you heard of her before?
I'm about to.
Okay, so we get the big fight scene. The team, goes to town, even though they haven't actually done anything wrong yet. But she's got nice legs and looks suspicious, so it's okay to just trash the entire place. Doctor Strange actually comes in handy by astral planing in there and finding out there's spy shit. They're stealing trucks. Just Avengers madness.
She's a Grunwald character. Cap 390 in August 91.
Nice. Okay, so I'm not familiar with her.
I don't remember any stories from her.
But the big to do at the end is Spider-Man holding Mockingbird after she's been shot, which makes, in the space of a week, 2 chicks getting slaughtered around Spider-Man.
That's, it's the Parker luck, man.
It just seems ironically bad. And then the big reveal at the end is that Nick Fury stops hunting Nazis to begin the Avengers Initiative. So,
what a pretty good episode.
Yeah, I totally enjoyed the book. Looking forward to the next one. They're using Nick Fury, which I always like to see, and I honestly thought this was the first time that the team had done anything team interesting for me.
Yes.
Also, the fact that Iron Fist
They've
can't
been doing
drive
a lot of talking,
was hysterical.
Absolutely, it's very much like you.
Yeah. But Iron
lived
Fist
in places with public transportation for
there
so
you go.
long, it didn't matter.
It's true. But
besides, but he was more rich and had limos.
Well, yeah, he made a good
point.
point.
He's not really like you at all, and the fact that he's like physically active.
Well, yeah, there's a big difference there.
And
I also don't
furry.
wear a giant yellow bandana over my eyes. I don't have a dragon tattoo from 1974 across my chest. There's a couple subtle differences. I don't punch walls and then break through them. My hand just sort of quivers and dies there for a while.
So
And you get to see Power Man try to remember how to hotwire something, which just says horrible things about that character.
that was great. I enjoyed it.
All right, which brings us to the next book.
More Nick Fury.
Yes.
Secret Warriors 24. So I guess the rumor that I had read about its ending at 24 was incorrect.
It does have the feel of a climax, though, with this.
Yes.
So it might be a couple issues, but it definitely, this book definitely gave a we're about to end and shit's about to go crazy feel.
Yeah, there's a story about a different Caterpillar squad that he ended up putting his own son on, and then
who led the entire squad to fiasco level proportions.
It seemed like it might be doing okay, and then they came up to that one last dead end, and he's like, "Sorry, Pop." Bing.
No, it didn't.
That's exactly what happened.
No,
what are you
go
talking
back.
about?
All right, you've got a picture of the team together, and then 2 pages later, they're all dead or covered in weird tentacle alien Hydra things.
Weird. Yeah, I mean,
it literally goes from group meeting to holy fuck, we're all dead, and we're getting raped by evil squid.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. All right. It's like, hey, here's the big team picture. But damn. Apparently, practicing for an hour was not in their best interest.
Well, they got most of it done. I mean, they set the charges. They just couldn't get out. When are they going to stop fucking with Hydra, man?
Never.
You cut off a head, 2 take its place.
Yeah, but they're usually 2 smaller and more inept heads, which has been kind of the big problem with Hydra.
That's exactly what's been Hydra's problem. Ever since Baron Zemo wasn't in charge anymore.
Yeah, when you went to Strucker's Jr.
Strucker's Jr.
All hail Hydra Supreme, who turned out to be a Skrull. And the other fiascos they've had over the years.
Now, do you really think that Nick's going to let this cadre of Hydra agents just blow his ass away?
No,
of course not.
He's Nick Fury, all right? He's already probably secreting something that will kill them all. He's got a
secreting?
He's got a thermonuclear weapon behind his eye patch. Who knows,
He might call down a strike of some
There
sort.
are agents hiding in all the graves around, waiting to pop up and shoot people.
That I wouldn't put past him at all.
You just never know. But I do feel like the book is gearing up towards something, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Which is
because
fine.
The whole Secret Warriors aspect, he's basically said, you guys suck. You're fired. Which was the point of the book. It's like going into the Avengers and Cap going, all you are horrible, and I'm taking this over and being Cap 2.
Cap 2.
Which they did, actually. He's like, all right, yep. Quicksilver, you're out of here. Take Scarlet Witch and Hawkeye. I'm bringing back the big boys. We're done with you. Secret Warriors in 3 issues will become the Howling Commandos, and life will be good again.
I hope so. That would be great. Just tell me some more old stories from that. Just
bring Pinky back.
Like a bunch of one-shots. A bunch of done-in-ones, little adventures that are just fun with the Commandos. That would be awesome.
Hey, they did a couple issues with Cap, and it was totally enjoyable.
Speaking of Cap,
and that is what we're speaking.
You
of.
love that segue, don't you?
That was
just
very
set
impressive.
me up. Ultimate Captain America #2, Jason Aaron Ron Garney.
Now, before we get into this, I want to point out that Ed Brubaker is about to do something Cap-wise that you're very excited about, which is advertised right there, which is how I was able to segue into that. And what is that, Tech Jedi?
That is the Fear Itself prologue, which still nobody knows what the fuck the Fear Itself event
really
is
couldn't
all
have
about
been more
just yet.
unhelpful than that.
No, it's absolutely pointless. But the Red Skull's in it, and that's always a good thing.
So Ed Brubaker and the Red Skull. So you're very excited.
It's very difficult to lose with those two. Grunwald could occasionally, and God rest his soul, love the man to death, but occasionally he threw Red Skull type things in there, and it wasn't always everything it could be.
Well, you know what?
But
Mark Grunwald wrote a lot of great, great books, but everybody eventually goes south.
Well, sure.
Peter David at the end of the Hulk was not the Peter David from the beginning of the Hulk. Sooner or later, everybody hits a wiffle ball instead of a home run.
But it's hard to go wrong with Ed Brubaker.
So, Cap is now wakes up after getting his ass handed to him by the ultimate nuke, so to speak. The Cap of the Vietnam era.
Hate nukes so much.
And he wakes up.
The crazy Cap of the Vietnam era.
This is the best thing of this entire book, as far as I'm concerned, is that Cap wakes up and they put him in France just to piss him off. He opens his hotel window and the Eiffel Tower there, and he's like, "What the fuck? South Korea wasn't available? You dumped me here?" And they did this so he would go rogue and chase the guy without...
Yeah, it was all a plot. They
Yeah.
specifically set him up so he would
I love
go
that
out.
they use France as a plot. Like, how cool is that? It's literally... Like, what's going to piss him off? Oh, we could shave his head. Let's put him in France. Hey, go to the Louvre. Nudge, nudge. Come on! Like, it's so subtly awesome that it's great.
It is. Until you think a little more about how this shield, the Ultimate Shield, and the Ultimate Ultimates all operate. They don't really give a fuck most of the time. So why would they bother with the pretense of putting him in France specifically to get him angry so he would jet out despite being told, go to the Louvre? Why would they bother?
Because all the previous issue had everything happening in South Korea. So they were
Right.
plausible deniability. And the fact that South Korea is somehow attached to a U.S. rogue superhuman agent that was the top killing machine in Vietnam probably raises some eyebrows that they don't need raised. So what do? Is you take the ultimate soldier, put him in France to piss him off, and remind him that this guy just kicked his ass and see what happens. It's like the start to the best Bruce Willis movie ever.
Actually, this might be a really good Bruce Willis movie.
So what does he do?
If we can get him in like the next 5 years.
And then he has to find Nuke too, so he goes to Vietnam to follow his path from 10 years previously, which his plans go sucks.
And it also,
And yet it works.
And he finds a village full of potential super soldiers, failed super soldiers,
An entire
nuke-created super soldiers.
I don't know. I did enjoy the super-powered local kids beating the piss out of Captain America. I don't ever do this. This is your thing where art drives you crazy. But when the little old lady picks him up and throws him, and as a result...
Oh, yeah, right over here.
No, that's the old guy. Go another there it is. And her legs and bottom of her body disappear.
Yeah.
I literally had to go back a page, like, where did the cripple come from that was throwing him around like a rag doll?
That's a bit of art that did, I don't want to question Ron, but I do want to say, what was the design element there?
I know. I
There
love
was
Ron
no-
Garney. Ron Garney on Cat back in the day is one of my all-time favorite art runs.
Yeah.
But yeah, that threw like I literally went back like, where the hell did she?
It's just a shirt
wheel
with
up?
it's just a shirt with arms and a head. And look at that. Does that make any kind of sense? Where does
I thought Todd Browning was going to come out and it would be Freaks 1920. One of us.
It's like some vague illegal immigrant with track marks on it.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see any track marks, but all right.
The fact of the matter is, though, is that, and now, the big reveal is Cap is surrounded by all these people. Is he actually in danger, though? Like, where are they going to go with this?
Well,
Because the Nam soldier walked away, so we don't even know what's going to happen next. Is he actually even a villain?
but Nuke is back. So
Well, that's who I'm talking about.
well, he's right there. He didn't walk away. He's right there.
No,
on the
but he
last
walked
page.
away from the war. We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, is he a villain
He
in the
just wandered
strictest
off.
sense of the term?
You know what he's doing? He's Colonel Kurtz. Yeah.
Like a
You
snake
watch.
on the edge of a razor plane. Oh, the horror.
You got anything else you want to talk about, man?
Well, I mean, we have now hit the point where filler comes into play. So
It
it's
doesn't
time.
It doesn't have to be because we're at 48 minutes, and
It's
that's a
time.
good episode.
It's time nonetheless.
Uh-oh. Don't give me a top five,
That's-
man. You know I hate top fives.
Which has nothing to do with why I do it.
You know, someday I'm going to try and experiment and see if saying I love top fives give me more actually dissuades you.
Yeah, no. Because you are like the worst liar ever, dude.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. The number of times you've lied to me and gotten away with it. Yeah, I think I'm fairly safe on this one. Yeah, all right. It's time for a top five. Top five books
Yeah.
that will never be ultimates.
Ugh.
Yes.
That will never be ultimate.
Yes, there will never be an ultimate.
Do they have to be Marvels?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Would they bother doing a Ultimate She-Hulk?
There you go. Go with it.
Possibly.
It's your list.
They might. She-Hulk's
They
never
did a
really
red
been-
She-Hulk.
It would be very.
They did an
difficult to
Ultimate
be-
Nightmare, so they might
Do
go
you hear
anywhere.
me fucking talking?
No.
Fucking shithead. All right, you know what? I'm done.
Come on. Give me your top five.
They're never going to have an Ultimate Howard the Duck.
That's true. That is a good one. That was on my list.
They are never going to have an Ultimate Night Thrasher.
Nice.
They're never going to have. Ooh. They might have. Ooh.
Huh?
If they put it behind the racks, they might get away from it, and I would certainly buy it. But an Ultimate Night Nurse.
Wow. All right.
So She-Hulk, Night Thrasher, Howard the Duck, Night Nurse. I need one more.
One more.
Who would they never make an Ultimate of? Ooh. Like a Ultimate Nova.
Nice. All right.
I hope to God they never make an Ultimate Nova. And you got one for yourself?
Yeah. Fire. Same question or different one?
Let's go with the same.
All right. Top five ultimates that will never exist. I'm going to go with there will never be an ultimate devil dinosaur. No ultimate moon boy is available. When you're a rogue dinosaur whose best friend is a Chinese monkey boy, you're not getting an ultimate book. There will never be an ultimate Commandi.
Commandi?
Not going to happen.
That's the last boy on Earth, right?
Yeah.
That's DC.
Oh, damn it. All right. There will never be an ultimate Capwolf. Never
Capwolf.
will I ever have to open Ultimate Capwolf, the continuing stories of Captain America,
As
the
a
werewolf. Just not going to do it. There will never be an ultimate.
Yeah.
I really want to nail it. How do I say this correctly? There's never going to be an ultimate speedball.
Ultimate Speedball. Okay, very good.
There will never be an ultimate Terror Incorporated.
Oh, we can only hope.
Of all the books I bring up on a regular basis, Terror Incorporated really is the one that pisses you off the most.
It is. I mean, at one point, I heard the concept put in a very specific way, and I'm like, that's not nearly as bad as I remember. And then I remembered the actual stories that were built around that concept. And
He's
I'm
a
like, no, that's
superhero
fucking terrible.
Who takes body parts and puts them on his body so he has their abilities. These hands from a concert pianist, so I'm very sensitive. Also, I've got weird tentacles coming out of my face, and I'm green with a weird, weird eye. Buy my book.
One more.
You fucking jackass.
One more.
There will never be... How do I bring this home? All right. There will never be an ultimate Turner D Century. Damn my life. It's never going to happen. And there's your title.
Damn my life.
No.
It's never going to happen.
There will never be an ultimate Turner D Century.
Very good. All right, kids. We've made it to a sufficiently long episode.
We've dragged out like a motherfucker.
We hope you enjoyed it.
You didn't.
We didn't. Wait. What?
What?
Who? No.
No.
Remember, this was episode 69 of the Mean Geek Comics Podcasting on the Edge of Civility. And you can find us at any point on Podcast Alley, iTunes, Facebook, the comic forums, our own site, www.themeangeek.com, and probably 2 or 3 other places like Twitter. Fuck it.
Yes, we do have a Twitter account. We tweet like twits.
Have a good night, kids.
Bless you, fuckers.
The Mean Geek is recorded live at the Reverend Mad Duck's apartment whenever the hell we can get to it. You can find us on iTunes, Podcast Alley, Facebook, Comic Space, our own site, www.themeangeek.com. Subscribe to us through RSS, and most importantly, find us as a proud member on the Comics Podcast Network. Contact us directly through email at themeanergeek@gmail.com.